Welcome everyone and welcome to All In, All United.
And I'm like commenting it.
I got some bars to these.
Run Ryan.
Ryan.
And everything, you have players out there.
I think the fellas will take it more serious.
What grade?
That one at the
Yes. Because at the end of the day, right now, Manchester United. Welcome everyone and welcome to All In, All United. We should be feeling, we should be feeling kind of, goodish kind of way, you know what I mean? I mean, no, I've realized that, and I guess they continue to confirm, right, that this Manchester United team or this dispensation of Manchester United don't like things the easy way. You understand? Sunday, we throw away a 2-goal lead versus Newport. And like we didn't learn nothing from that because we throw away a 3-goal lead again today. I mean, thank God for Kobe Mainoo's moment of individual brilliance, and it's something that we've become, so heavily dependent on over the last couple of years. But I mean, 3 points in the bag at the death, I think Molyneux has never been an easy venue for us, huh? But I can't help but think that our downfall there's always be our own fault, right? And just like Ten Hag, I have mixed feelings about the game. Anyway, what we saying, fellas? Nico, JP, Phil, what we saying, fellas?
Hey, good night. Today that you might need to take a pressure tablet before Manchester play, boy. Because you might take it and you might say, wait, I didn't only take my pressure tablet today, and them fellas looking good. And then all of a sudden, you realize, oh God, Elizabeth, for the Sanford people, Elizabeth, right? Nah, boy. Nah. This side is too much of a roller coaster, yeah. Too much of a roller coaster, I enjoy the 2-0 halftime, and I say, wait, but I said, this is how it's supposed to feel, man. No stress, no pressure. You're moving normal, and then boom, all of a sudden, hey, earlier, somebody else talk. Right?
Phil, what you saying?
Yeah, I was at work and I just happened to be watching the game on my phone. And when we were up 3-2 and Wolves was on the breakaway and Wolves equalized. Because my other work colleague, he's
equalized. Oh, it means for the 3-3. Oh, right.
Yeah. So I look at my other colleague, but his stream happens to be like 5 or 10 seconds behind mine. I was like, bro, this team is shit. And I said this in front of him, in front of my manager. But my manager, cool. He's Portuguese, so he follows Portuguese league. But I said, yo, this team is shit, boy. And I said it in front of everybody's face, boy. And lo and behold, when I saw Kobe Mainoo take the ball and curl it into the back of the net, oh my gosh. The entire office knew what was going on. But yeah, it's one of those moments where your heart can be racing and angry and frustrated, and then you get the same result, but it's just moments of joy, right? But there's a lot we got to discuss about this match today, because there's some things that we can definitely improve on for sure.
Yeah, facts. JP, what you saying?
Yeah. Good night, everybody. Really and truly, this was one of them games that you love as a football fan. But I mean, as a Manchester United fan, it was real, It had you on edge, and it had you like, oh gosh, by this team. But at the end of the day, for a match to finish in the way that finish, and Kobe, the truth may know, boy. You see that youth, man? Nah, boy. Nah, because even before he scored that goal, I was prepared to come and talk about just how good he is. And you don't have to hear his name much, but just how good he is. And then to finish off his performance with that goal, really and truly, we had to protect him at all costs. But like that youth man, we have to protect him. Really.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I really elated for Menu, the winner, the kind of winner he scored. It wasn't just no, tapping, it was a proper, bad man goal now, but you understand? In that mega, your shield of an and your Bennett around the keeper, them is kind of goals that is, just go down and be in history now, but I don't think it's for the books. You dig it? But fellas, we can't keep continuing like this. Too fine of margins between us having a rant session here and raving about how good some players are and, taking the chances and 3 points. The margins too fine here, right? It's not comfortable. And I mean, I had to echo Ten Hag sentiments. I have mixed feelings about the game, right? While I'm glad for the win and the manner in which we won, getting the goal at the death. It had too much things, and I think Phil, you had mentioned it had too much things going on inside there that's not right. Right? Yeah. And in a group chat with Nico, and one of the fellas say Manchester United could go kill somebody just now. They will kill somebody. You understand? It's all right, man. It's all right. Let me just get some comments here, fellas. Arun on the inside, good night, Arun. Thanks for joining, man.
Good night.
Yeah, Simon on the inside, good night, man. He's saying them men here, Jose was in the wings and decided to play a full half. A full half. He's on the inside. Lynchy, good night, man. Thanks for joining.
Yeah, good night.
Right. He also saying here, United have a way of making simple tasks extremely difficult.
Extremely.
Why? Mylon on the inside, thanks for joining. Good night to you. Today was the same old. Right? So here I want to give Ali a very, very difficult task. Right? Here what I wanted to do for me. Without hindsight. No, I know that can be real difficult. But without hindsight, as much as Ali could, I will get their thoughts on the team sheets, but not the team sheets per se. I talk about more of the selection or inclusion of Rashford and Andre Onana.
Let me go. Right, first and foremost, by the time I see Onana name on that team sheet earlier, my pressure it right up. All the eyes.
JP.
I don't know
if you remember, we was the ones who was going at Onana. Yeah. This man was defending Onana.
Hey,
go ahead.
I stood on this show. I know I stood on this show. I defend. I defend Onana for half hour. I stood on to defend Onana. And here I'm telling you earlier. To see Onana name on the team sheet today, I said Ten Hag looking for his own problems. Right? I said, Ten Hag, your whole team sheet good. I'm living with that team sheet. But you see that Onana starting today? I said, nah, that will be a downfall. Right? But anyway, so that was the first one. The second one, Rashford, I think that was a master stroke from Ten Hag, starting Rashford. I think Rashford knew that he made a mistake and he wanted to make amends. I think maybe in their conversation as well as we went down that way, and Ten Hag gave him the opportunity to hear what you have let down your team, go and make amends today. I think that was a master stroke from Ten Hag because you saw where it had that little extra from Rashford today. He gave a little extra energy, a little extra quality. You saw a little fire in Rashford today. And I think that was a master stroke from Ten Hag, and definitely with the pressure he's under, I think he kind of wasn't a bind, and that worked for him when Rashford was on the pitch. Yes, there are my little 2 cents there on the team sheet.
Yeah. Before Phil come in, guys, don't forget to like and share the podcast. We want to get more people in on the content. We want more people to see or hear about this Kobe Mino performance, the goals, it had a lot of goals in the game today, 7 goals today, right? I mean, that's not regular when we playing Wolves at Molineux. It's always a 1-0 or a 0-0 or some kind of thing like that. We never saw, I don't think we ever saw 7 goals at Molineux. But, so get the content out, guys, get more people on the inside and let me get the discussion going on. Go through Phil.
Yeah, I was impressed with the West Indies team sheet, and they really did well against Australia. But
Australia.
anyway, um, now all jokes aside, the same team that started versus Newport, I expected the same team to start again, but with a slight changes, right? I saw Rashford coming back in, but oh my gosh, when I saw let me get this out right now. I literally have no faith in Andrew Onana. I don't. I literally have zero, zilch, nada faith in Andrew Onana. Did I expect to see him back in the starting lineup? Yes and no. I mean, Bayandere had one okay game versus Newport, but then with Cameroon being out, you could tell that Andrew Onana would have probably started, but there was part of me that was hoping that maybe Bayandere would have continued in the goalkeeping role, right? Um, I must say though, Rashford, that is the response I want to see from you going forward this season. Because Paul Merson came at you, Piers Morgan came at you, Manchester United fans came at you. You acknowledged that you effed up, and your response was to score a goal today, and so said, so done. Right? That's the type of response I want to see from a mature football player, right? Let me get to this defense of Lissandro Martinez and Rafael Varane. Rafael Varane and Lissandro Martinez being back together will make an entire difference going forward this business end of the season, especially Martinez, right? Not to jump ahead, but there was a time in the second half where Onana just was punching at air, and
That was the
somebody
first half.
it was
No, that was
the
the second half. That was
The
the
second
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 half.
half?
half.
The
That was the
second
second
half.
half.
There was a
Okay.
part. Okay, so I know in the lead up to what I'm about to talk about, Lissandro Martinez got a yellow card for a
Yes.
foul. Okay,
Yes.
fair
Yeah,
enough. But
Yes.
then again, it's all about a response. It's all about redeeming yourself, right? For the free kick that Wolves took, where Onana was looking to punch, the Wolves player got to the ball first, and the ball was going for goal, and that would have been 2-1. But guess who saved it off the goal line? Lissandro Martinez. Lissandro Martinez will make a big difference going forward this season
I
in the
agree.
Big Ten. I am gonna get behind this midfield of Kobe Menu and Casemiro. On paper or in logic, it would seem that it's a bit too defensive. But if Casemiro playing maybe slightly ahead of Kobe Menu, I could see it possibly working out. Right? The front three needs to make better decisions. I guess it's their first time kind. No, I don't want to say it's their first time playing together, or maybe it is. Right? I think it's
It's not the
about
first time.
not the
yeah, you
first time.
see,
Probably yeah. So probably maybe they've been playing together about 3 or 4 times. Let's keep
Nah,
this.
this is the
Let's
second time the front three. Sorry,
Yeah,
my
the
the
bad.
front
front three.
three.
Yeah,
Sorry.
like,
yeah. But the front three needs to be better at making decisions. Right. Um, and Bruno Fernandez needs to be better at making decisions as well too. There was times where, um, we could have at least had about 4 or 5 goals in
Yeah.
the first half alone, right? But I was not. Um, Let me rephrase that. The starting lineup that Ten Hag put out today. The only surprise that had me a bit kind of dumb was Andrew Onana, but other than that, it wasn't a bad starting lineup. I liked it.
Yeah, yeah. JP, what you saying? What you saying? What
yeah,
do you? Yeah.
I really was hoping that Bayern could get a second game. But I knew that he wouldn't. It's like, Ten Hag, Onana is Ten Hag player. So I knew he was going to walk right back into the United squad. He didn't learn anything from Cameroon. If Cameroon could bench Onana, I don't understand who is Manchester United, right? So to me, I was hopeful that Bayern would get it, but no Ten Hag would not give it. And with regards to Rashford, is the right thing to do because the front three, that is the best front three with Rashford, Hoyland, and Garnacho. The situation that unfolded last week, they deal with it internally. Clearly, Rashford handled it as you would want him to, in terms of behind the doors, owning up to it, taking responsibility, and he come out on the field and he performed. So even before we see what he did on the field today, I think it was the right decision because the disciplinary action that needed to be taken was taken.
I kind of see it different. Now, all I know my thoughts on Onana, so me even going through that, right? Onana not supposed to be here, right? We were supposed to give Onana vacation after the AFCON, right? I don't know why he come back. He was supposed to go and check his auntie and his uncle and them people and them in Cameroon.
Big man, I had
Right?
Onana to fly straight from Ivory Coast to Trinidad, because we're on a carnival next week, right? So I had the man to attend carnival and get on bad and then come back to
So I didn't even say nothing on here. I don't tell anyone about that man already. Nico now coming on board, right? I just waiting
Now
for
he's fully
Dwayne.
on board, boy. No,
I just waiting for Dwayne.
No, I showed you on board too. I showed you on board now too. No, I tell you, that was quick. The man give me nothing to defend him. Nothing. Give me even if you give me a half save self.
Not salt.
You gave me nothing to defend here, so that's the fastest I feel I ever switch. I tell you, that is like, nah, boy. No.
Hey, what's that? I tell you, it'll still take too long. I was convinced long time. But on the Rashford thing, right? This is my thoughts on Rashford, right? Now, I think Ten Hag in a situation where he need to play his best players. He need to. His must need to. Right? I know, Ten Hag been talking about, he here for discipline and so forth and so on. But on Ten Hag, the team not playing well. Right? And he know he on probation, as you always call it. So he need performances. And for him to get performances, he need his best players. Because Anthony not pulling up any trees. And apart from Anthony, who else he have? Ahmad, who he don't want to play. And Anthony, who misfiring badly. Right? And then this forcing youth who now coming through. Apart from that, Pelestri gone. Sancho gone. Martial somewhere. You understand what I'm saying? So Ten Hag do have options to afford to be, this kind of what do you call them? This kind of
disciplinary,
sergeant, kind of disciplinary, strong. Yes, it could discipline the players. Inside you talk to Rashford, wherever, you find him. But in terms of dropping a player for extended period of time, Ten Hag though he can't afford to do that right now. And for me, that is the circumstance which gave Rashford the opportunity to so to speak, kind of walk back into the starting lineup once his fully fit team was available for selection. Right? The good thing.
Okay, when you finish.
The good thing about it is that Rashford, he based on his performance, because I don't only watch goals. I thought Rashford's game was good today, and that for me, gave some kind of justification to Ten Hag selecting him, right? Because even when Anthony came on, Anthony didn't look good, and I don't think we would have had that kind of impact.
He gave it the ball for the third goal.
Correct. So, and I don't even think if Anthony had started, we may have been as deadly or as threatening as we was in the first half. So Ten Hag's decision was justified with the selection, but I think it was more of a kind of desperate, I don't have no other choice selection as opposed to me being a disciplinarian, and Rashford he have already gone through and paid the consequence for his action. That's just my thoughts on it.
My thing on that is, I think that if Rashford went, let me say, like how Sancho went to the media and say, here what, the coach is not talking the truth or the coach is lying on me, Rashford would not be playing.
Yeah,
all
but-
the form,
yeah.
all the
Of course.
desperation.
Of
or-
course.
So exactly.
But
So
that's
to
a
me,
diff- but
so
that's a- but that's a different
so that-
that's a different level how to put it, boy, of disrespecting and disregarding her.
right. So that will make it for me easy for Ten Hag to start him because how Rashford managed it. Rashford accepted that, hey, you know what, I was wrong. I accept whatever sanctions. So Ten Hag now in a position that, here what, you know what I mean, and you would even do it with your child. You know, your child say, hey, you know what, daddy, you know, I really messed up, you know, and I take responsibility for it, and whatever punishment you have for me. And what you do, you still say, all right, well, you still sit down there? No, you're still all right. You know, well, you know what I mean, you have a heart and they say, all right, well, you go ahead. Because the own up now, and I think that is more or less what happened. And if it was differently, you know, you're saying, no, daddy, that is not true, and you know, it would have been different.
It's two things to that, right? It's two things to that. One, I don't see no possible way when you consider all the reports and all the evidence that Rashford could come out and say anybody was lying, right?
Right.
So him
But
accepting.
Sancho do it.
No, but Sancho, no, it's different, Nico. It's still different because my story against your story, and the circumstance kind of different with Sancho now. You understand? Wherever with Sancho, right? But my point is, as far as Rashford is concerned, even if, let me just say, I had more players at my disposal, right? Let me just say again, let me just say we had probably Sancho or even Anthony Martial here, and these guys were, you know, the team was in a better place. I don't think Rashford would have walked back into that starting lineup.
I don't know.
Because he would have
again,
had everything to kind of exact a little more sternness. I ain't saying that you're good and, you know, hang the fella out to dry. But chances are Rashford may not have started this game. He would have come on, he would have still made the match this squad. But he wouldn't have started.
But isn't it the same Wolves from last season that Rashford get disciplined before and then came on and scored?
And score,
correct. Yeah.
Boy.
But why I would say it differently really is because Ten Hag would actually be justified in picking Anthony to start this game after a goal and an assist over the weekend. So to me, I think we know the performance wasn't good, but
That's it there.
But still, Anthony confident. Anthony confident, and you never know.
Nah.
and I Ten Hag player, and we know that is a cross that Ten Hag willing to die on because you see
That's like Onana.
he's still trying with them. So I think if he really, I want to believe that Rashford shows something, like in training and probably with the team, to show that he own up to what he do. And he was willing to put in the work to make it back into the starting lineup today. Because Ten Hag could have easily start Anthony today, I feel.
Yeah, but it had plenty games before where Ten Hag had Anthony on the bench and he front was Hoyland, Rashford and Garnacho.
Because I said preferred. Preferred. Yeah, but then he had a reason. But then because he wanted to play Anthony, because Anthony's the player.
No, he
had a reason to play. He had a reason to play Anthony today and drop Rashford even by half.
But he had at his disposal his best possible favoured front three. So he would use it. As I said before, the man desperate enough. Anthony wasn't pulling up no trees. He need people to pull up trees. You understand what I'm saying?
I can see it both ways.
I could also get behind Garnacho staying on the right hand side.
Yes.
Yeah.
Garnacho staying on the right hand side could do one of two things. You could cut inside and pass, or you could cut inside and shoot with our left foot.
He not cutting inside and passing.
But he did. He did for the second goal for what's his face?
Even the shot Bruno missed. Garnacho cut it back for him.
No, if he play on the left. If you play on the left,
cutting
in and passing.
True. But yeah, I can get behind Garnacho staying on the right. Stay there.
I find he a lot more disciplined. He game a lot more mature when he on the right. On the left, he's too selfish.
What I like about him, too, because in the first half he wasn't the best, but he don't stop, boy.
Yeah,
He don't stop.
yeah.
He is
Yeah.
keep going. Even if he having a bad game, he still have a fight in him that I like that. He will keep trying.
Correct. Let me get some comments, guys. Kristen on the inside, good night to you. Kristen, thanks for joining, man. He's saying I'm back out. I passed my final exams. Congratulations, man.
Yeah,
Dr.
man.
Kristen,
Hey.
man, that what we talking about, yes.
So we have a doctor in the house. You know,
Yeah, man, that we
you know,
talking
for your
about,
number,
man.
like, right now looking for you know, I'll doctor to call when I'm ready for my, you know, for prescription.
Prescription of medical sick leave.
Hey, nice man, nice. Good.
Simeon said he saw Onana make a save with his head that he was trying to avoid. Yes, he's still running out
Yeah,
of
boy.
to collapse.
Yeah.
No, but
He
you
just breaks the
JP.
ball. He does breaks
but
the
no,
ball.
no.
I never
Yeah,
see
he
a
breaks.
goalkeeper
He
the ball.
breaks and he hit the
breaks
ball. Your team ready. You know that goalkeeper, you know, go do so. The man
Yeah.
raise the hand. He just
No, but
do so. Hey.
here is my thing, right? As a goalkeeper, your job is to keep the ball outside the net, right? He will stand up on the post and just be like this.
Yeah.
And if it's hit his hand, he a move like a mannequin by. He a go move his hand. He a go do this. He just stand up so and just wait.
But the man made no sort of effort to save that third goal.
Third goal,
yeah, nah.
nothing.
He made
Boy.
no sort of effort,
Papi should
boy.
dive now. At least that Papi should dive now. Papi
Yeah,
should
boy.
dive now. You just
Do like
stand
a
up.
CS and just dive or something now, boy.
Nothing,
Yeah.
boy. Dive after self now. Oh gosh. Nothing in that, boy.
David Curtin on the inside. Good night, man. Good night to you. Thanks for joining. And he shoots it just like, I mean, Jody, blessed night to you, man. Thanks for joining, buddy. And I know why he laughing, eh? Oh, Nana. I'm sure.
Yeah.
All right. He's saying here, what do you recommend for all this headache?
Yeah, that's the Kristan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kristan, let me know.
Kristan,
Kristan, let me know. What do you recommend for this United headache, boy? Kristan said,
Take off the TV.
I agree. Oh, good.
Arun saying here, adding to what Nico said, the masterclass, Ten Hag always gives everyone a chance to redeem themselves, not only with Rashford here. Yeah.
Yeah, you got dropped. Now telling earlier, he had to drop Onana soon earlier. He cannot go down dying without Onana train earlier. Because I'm telling you, he will go down. He will go down.
Yeah.
Sunday versus West Ham, we go see. I telling you, like, and see that same African in goal.
Nah, I tell you, watch me. You see, just like I was saying with Scott McTominay, days numbered, Onana days numbered. Because
Alright.
it's 2 relegation, the goals, every shot on Onana scoring earlier.
Yeah.
Every shot. I just say, it had early in the game, he parry a ball, like he parry that, he fumbled that parry too, you know.
Yeah.
Do you remember that one?
Yeah, I see it.
Yeah.
I see
Yeah.
it. I
And
poured
next
up
one,
a
I
shot
said,
too.
yeah, but I poured a puff shot.
Yeah,
He might even
I poured
look
a-
confident. You know, you put on.
Let Nico speak, man. Remember, Nico was for
Hey.
Onana, so we
No, I was for
let
Onana.
Nico have the floor, man.
Boy, nah, boy,
True.
that man.
What's
Nah.
true, Nico? The floor
No,
is yours, Nico, man.
You had
Talk
to-
to us.
You're playing for Manchester United. You had to at least look confident. Even if you're not good, at least look confident. As remember, Bebe wasn't good, but he used to look confident. You know
I'm
what
taking
I'm
shots
saying?
from all over the place.
Oh, gosh, man.
Jody saying here, wait, is Onana hearing about? Greatest day here.
Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord.
Joel Mohammed. Hey, Joel, what going on, man? Thanks for joining,
night,
man. He
man.
said, Onana. Good way to spend 55 million. Is 55 million we spend on Onana? I
Well,
don't
let me
know,
see
40
if
something.
let me see if we can send in Saudi, yes, and recoup some money, yes, because
Boy. We need that going, boy. Long time.
But
Thanks
we go for world skipper. World skipper get in a bad now.
Sa make some big saves.
It's not bad, eh?
Yeah. I tell you, we can keep Kovar for free, boy.
Yeah, but we can keep cover.
Kovar for free.
Yeah, why tell man about Kovar a long time? That man distribution with the foot is really good. But anyway,
Simeon saying here, Bruno needs competition. His quality was lacking today on simple finishing and passing and free kicks. Yeah.
Well, I find that being harsh on Bruno today. His finishing.
His free kicks were good. He
I
played
think
some
free kicks
good
was good.
kicks today.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's just the finishing today. I find let down Bruno. I find Bruno played at a much more disciplined game today. I don't find Bruno was headless all over the field today.
How often you get that? It's get that far and few between, boy.
No, but what I'm saying, if you talk about today's game,
Yeah,
I don't find he was
today's
that bad. I don't find he was that
Yeah,
bad
yeah.
today. Reem, I don't know his Reem thoughts on that. I don't find Bruno was that bad today, to be honest.
Boy, I gave up on Bruno 2 years ago, so skip me.
A disciplined Bruno does give you a lot. You see, when you start to run all over the place, that's the problem.
But it's funny. It's funny because we have to mention things like a disciplined Bruno. You think Man City fans will say a disciplined Kevin De Bruyne? They just say Kevin De Bruyne.
Of course not.
They just say Kevin De Bruyne. That's all they say.
Yeah.
We gotta say a disciplined Bruno or a Bruno that does not give away the football. Trust me, I just like Onana, I gave up on Bruno as well too. So
I find Bruno sprayed some nice passes today.
I wouldn't say I give up on Bruno, but
He was good today.
I give up on Bruno.
He was good today. He wasn't excellent, but he was good. He was even better than good today.
But you know what? Today was one of Bruno's better games.
yeah,
Let's put it that way.
I can agree with that.
He was calmer. When he calmer, he's still better.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anderson on the inside. Anderson, thanks for joining, man. He's saying he losing faith in Ten Hag. Or are we losing faith in Ten Hag? We're just asking. I don't know if I read that correct.
I can answer for Reem. Reem lose with it 10 a while now.
Nah. Losing and have lost faith are two different statements, right?
Yeah.
Are we losing faith in Ten Hag? A little bit, not fully. Because if you fully losing faith in Ten Hag, that means you've lost faith in Ten Hag. I'm slowly losing faith in Ten Hag, but there are more games this season for him to make it back up, to bring back the Ten Hag of first season, right? That's the best way I can answer it.
I was always say I want Ten Hag to succeed earlier. I want him to succeed. I still want him to succeed, right? But right now he ain't looking too good.
No, not Reem. No, let me be honest. The only thing Ten Hag guilty of today is Onana, because that team.
Bring on Anthony too.
We are bringing on Anthony here, right? But that team in the first half and even the second half should have won that game comfortably.
Yeah, comfortably.
And we had to give Ten Hag credit for that as well.
Yeah, but my issue, I don't want to go down this road, but my issue with Ten Hag, right, is the fact that I have to wait to the 1st of February for all his players to be fit to see proper football.
Well, better late than never. Better late than never.
No, because I see Martinez have had an ice back on his foot today. So you telling me next week we could look like crap and he can ball well? He do have Martinez? No. No. So there's my issue.
I would say on that one because what you do with the other players?
Exactly.
They may not be to the standard and the quality of the players that you want in the team, but it's still players that you had to work with, and the players had to execute the plan that you working on in training. So if that can happen, then why does go to training and say, well, for
that's clone Martinez, boy. You know, it's Martinez, and Martinez is the key. You have to clone Martinez.
That man.
Because you know why? Because Martinez not only plays as a central defender, he plays as a central midfielder as well. Because it's Martinez who conducting the football. You see when Martinez tell him, hey, you need to go there, hey, go there, hey. Martinez is the conductor on the pitch. Exactly, and that is why we look so good with Martinez, because that's somebody with a voice, and somebody who talk and somebody who would listen to. So the moment you don't have Martinez on that field, everybody just just doing what they want. They just have to head left man all over the place.
Dream Chase on the inside. Good night, man. Thanks for joining. He's saying, I wonder why Ten Hag not giving Amar a chance. But you and me and everybody, plenty people want to know why.
Yeah.
Christian saying here, I agree with Reem. It's because he didn't have much options. Because Rashford calling ill and then going out, Lyman worse than Ronaldo walking off, or Sancho going on social media. All right. Jesus action inside good.
Anybody else break up or Reem break up? Okay, come back.
Yeah. Jesus saying, Nico, you have a doctor now to sign your sick leave.
Correct.
He also saying here, fellas, positives, Meno, Martinez, Varane, Rashford, and Shaw. We look like we wanted it bad in the first half. Long time I didn't see that. Yeah, for sure. He's saying here negatives. All right. Ten Hag tactics to push Meno up and leave Casemiro alone as the CDM on a yellow card facing runners and men who can dribble. A disaster spending. Oh no. It's totally not a keeper, far less Man United. Too many routine mistakes. Right? Every two zip lead we have, he doesn't help. Yeah, he
doesn't help at all. No confidence,
well.
boy. No confidence in that man. Well, God.
Jody saying here, I just love how Nico have to swallow his words with dry saliva.
No, but I mean, I big enough to admit I was trying to get the money benefit of the doubt, but the money gave me not even a foot to not even a toe to stand on, nothing. You must say, even if I could have come and say, boy, but you know what, he saved, we pull off a nice little save. I cannot even say that. You know, I mean, under pressure, you know, he catch nice and he fall long on the ball and he waste some time. I go live it. I go try to defend that too, but not even touch it.
Jesus said here, biggest negative, is Anthony and fiddling and losing the ball twice, resulting in 2 goals. He was not on his game.
Yeah,
sometimes coming into them games, it doesn't be easy, yeah?
So I put him on the left-hand side to be more direct.
Well, I thought I would have helped.
He was still trying to do all kind of, like, I didn't see him take on nobody, you know? He ain't trying nothing, you know?
Ten Hag or Jody, really? Anderson saying, yeah, so if Ten Hag is not the problem, who is?
Oh, nah. Well, that's one of the problems. Right?
Hey, what going on with Mount? He's still injured. Yeah, but I don't know what Mount is injured with now.
Boy, that he I don't know, boy.
He can be still Mount.
Probably in the summer. But the man had number 7, you know. That's again, like just so.
Nah, yeah, that's all that boy. Yes, if you go in Saudi too, so you get studied to Saudi too.
So we're saying here, I want to know if Ten Hag brought Maguire on to score goals in opposition penalty area because he was there when counter-attacking started for the two. Situation of football IQ lacking. Yeah.
Ten Hag bring on the whole back line just to defend on Nana. Already realize that?
Yeah.
That was just to defend on Nana.
Yeah.
So
because he realized anything could score, you know?
Yeah. Don't forget to like and share the podcast, guys. We are 13 on the inside and we only have 6 likes, so we get more people viewing and more people liking, right? So fellas, too much times we have seen a drop-off. What is the cause of our drop-off, fellas? Every blasted game. Why? Because I think I remember messaging earlier and I was like, all right, so let me see what's going to happen after 15 minutes. Right? Because that is just normally be when the team is dropping, but we were able to manage a 45. Mm-hmm. And at halftime, I was wondering now which team coming out. And you know, I was listening to commentary and the commentator said, O'Neill, one of the positives he would tell his team in the dressing room at halftime is, Olia, we only 2-0 down, you know. It could have been worse. but we only two down, so we still in this game. And then after second half, you see what going on. So fellas, what what causing this drop off? But it almost becoming so routine that we will start well. You know, we will create chances. We creating 6 and 7 chances. We might only score about 2, but we can't sustain, and we just dropping off. What is that?
Decision making, boy. Football is played with up here, and then it translates to the body afterwards, right? Some of the decisions that the front four makes, it don't make sense, right? You pull it off, you pull it off 4 or 5 times out of 90 minutes. That's not good. At the end of the day, you got to be so fluid that the opposition team don't know who you're gonna pass to. There are times the opposition team can tell that they could pass to Garnacho easily. They could pass to Garnacho, so Markov Garnacho, right? Or they could try to hoist the ball directly to Hoyland and hope for the best. We gotta be so dynamic in that front four that opposition players are like surprised when we do this type of plays, right? But in terms of the drop off, we need to have like let's be real. There are some things that you have to hold Ten Hag accountable to, but there are also times that there are guys on this pitch that can be potential leaders, but they're just not showing it. And game management is so important in football. It is so important, especially coming on to the last half an hour of a football game, right? I will always remember, right? I think City had, I think it was either us or somebody. City was leading by 2 goals, and there was like 5 minutes to go, right? And Kevin De Bruyne had the ball. You know what Kevin De Bruyne was do? Well, sorry, let me before I mention what Kevin De Bruyne did. Other teams does look to shield the ball in the corner flag. What Pep has probably instilled in his guys is that when there's 5 minutes going, you're up 2-love, try to kick the ball off of the opposition player and let it go for a corner, right? Because there's only so much shielding you can do, and shielding takes up a lot of energy, it takes up a lot, right? So we need to do better with in-game management, but also we need to do better with decision making when it comes to killing off games. Because this whole going up by 2 goals, I get real nervous, right? When we up 1 goal, I can see, all right, let me push for 2. When we get 2 goals, it's like, oh Lord, what do we do now? Right? Go and kill off the game, kill off these teams. That's the difference between a good team and a great team. That's what I gotta say.
Yeah, before Nico jump in here, I just want to get some comments, right? So, Anderson saying here, Nico, you can't send everybody Saudi, right?
Yeah, but Saudis who pay the money, so why not?
Dixian Bang on the inside, thanks for joining. She said,
Hey,
good
good
night,
night.
gents. On a positive note, my youth Rashford has found the net. And Kobe by.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, no doubt. And she also saying here, Onana just Onanaing. All right. Simeon saying here, when you don't finish a team off, they gain confidence with every failed United attack. All right. Teams also make adjustments, and we're always slow to react. Yeah, go through Simeon and Nicole. Sorry.
Yeah. One, I think sometimes Ten Hag just take too long to make changes, right? Tactically, because and we saw it today. We saw the only time the game for Wolves change is when they made changes, and they brought on fresh players, and by that time our players had to tire, and Ten Hag took a little too long to react, right? So I think somebody would have said that before, that sometimes Ten Hag take a little too long to react to when the opposition change. Maybe you should be trying to identify, well, all right, they come on, or the opposition players came on to do what, so how could I counter that? And maybe you take too long to analyze that. So I think that is one. Two, we do take our chances. So to me, if we take our chances, it will help, because the moment our confidence is so fragile, the moment the other team score, then our confidence goes right down. And for some reason, it's so mental now that the opposition score and it's 2-1, and like the whole team, because you could feel it even as a fan, that the next team will not score again. And I think the team itself mentally programmed to that as well. That negative kind of, energy. So I think we had to take our chances, and Ten Hag had to react, sooner when the opposition make changes, and maybe even before, when he see our team starting to lack something, to make that change to stem it or to improve it. So I think that is some of the things that I saw or I seen that maybe could help or maybe affecting how we perform in those situations.
Yeah. Where's it, JP?
Yeah, I feel like Nico said everything I was going to answer there. It's basically the same thing. The way the team, first of all, not take any chances, because if you kill off a game, then you more or less have that game fully in your control. But from the time was, and I feel the manner that they get the first goal too, from the time they get our first goal, it's always something with that team in terms of, like, they feel like, okay, all right, it's going to happen again. Because it happened so much time this season, it's like there's reacting like, okay, well, okay, going to happen again. So that, and then the decision making with Ten Hag, like, Ahmad is a baller. Ahmad could hold on to the ball better than Anthony. Anthony is lose the ball too often. So in a game like this, where you're trying to like start to play around with the ball, keep more possession so that you're giving Wolves less chances to attack you, you bring on Anthony. And Anthony, we know what Anthony does. Anthony is not good at retaining the ball. To me, what I know of Ahmad is a more intelligent player, and I could see him linking better with players like Kobe in the midfield and things like that, where they could pass around and keep the ball better. But Ten Hag not seeing things that way. And he bring on somebody like Anthony, who lost the ball twice and then will score on both occasions. Then he lost the ball. So when we try 3-1, when Scott scored that third goal, we had to start to think about, all right, we 2 up again, time running out, how we managing out this game. And I think that's what we're not doing. And it's on Ten Hag and it's on the players on the field too. These were the leaders who are coming on the field who directing the traffic and telling people slow it down, keep the ball in this area of the park. That we try and play around them a little bit, things like that, but you're not getting that in the team.
Anybody remember it had that play when we were attacking and Anthony came in field and Lemina get the ball and somebody shout, Anthony! I don't know if anybody hear that. Somebody from the bench shouted, Anthony, get back! Because when that ball played, that ball sliced through our entire team and Anthony was caught out bad.
Yeah.
So I don't know where Anthony head is. I know he might be struggling with a little confidence. That's why he's sipping and thing against Newport. I don't know. But boy, he didn't come on and look encouraging at all. But fellas, on this point, right? This was, I agree with everything others say. But what was encouraging for me is the fact that the question was asked to Ten Hag in the post-match. And this is what he had to say, right? He's saying here, we totally dominated and then gave it away. We have so much experience. We should manage that. Right? He went on to say, we sometimes switch off and don't read the game well. When you're up, keep the ball. Save the ball. We try too much to go for the other goal. We need to keep the ball and let the opponent run. Right? He said, when we go for a goal, we take too many risks and lose the ball, encouraging opponents. Then we have to run more. And this is naive, especially when we have so many players not fully match fit. Right? So hearing that from Ten Hag, kind of giving me, a sort of a little confidence that Ten Hag possibly seen it how we seen it. So then now,
you seen it with Anana too? No, because it's a serious thing. Because it's making me hard to even want to look at Manchester United's play when I know Nana on the field. Because I have zero confidence. So I hope he's seen it like how everybody else seen it. Onana not good, or at least his confidence has taken a hit. That he needs some time away, like game of Sancho, right? Somewhere in Holland, to catch back some form.
I still let the man go Cameroon and check his family. That's all. The man must need a little back to the roots kind of thing. You understand? Like go and talk to Eto, because Eto in fire right now. You know? But no, but I mean, truth be told, this what Ten Hag's saying here, I mean, as I said before, whether he gonna drill this into the players, I don't know. But he's saying it, which means that he aware of where the breakdown is, where that drop off is. And we just always say it, why everything is rushed, why we rushing everything. And for me, one of the biggest culprits is Bruno Fernandes, always rushing things. When you're in the lead, why every attack we always have to score? Why every time we get the ball we always want to score? I saw a ball, and Bruno was the culprit again today, right? And this is not saying that he didn't have a good game according to what you always saying. But before Bruno keep the ball and turn around and play it across starting Rashford, he forced it over to McTominay, and it went over McTominay's head, and we were back under pressure. You understand what I'm saying? So I asked myself, if you carrying this understanding as the captain to carry out the instructions of the manager, then why it is you are the culprit to be wasting the football so much, right? And this is why this is why I just have issues with Bruno. Keep the ball. The manager said, keep the ball, let them work. But when we don't give away the ball, then we always have to be running and men burning out. Shaw look toast out today earlier. I shocked Shaw play full 90, you know?
Yeah.
You understand? So for me, it seems to me that we're not going out there and following certain instructions that the manager gave us in terms of how we manage our games. And that's a problem. You telling me we went from 2-0 up to having to win a game in the 97th minute earlier? That's a right, boy. That's a right. We throw away our game, boy. We almost throw away our game. Let me get some comments here. Let me see what the comments saying here. Simeon saying here, tactical changes might simply mean defenders not being so far upfield overlapping. Yeah. Right? Yeah. Why we can't low block after a certain time. Kurt on the inside, good night, Kurt. Thanks for joining, man. He's saying sorry I'm late, but Onana need to scrub some bench.
Yep. But right? That everybody seen that. Can I catch him? He not seen that earlier. He talked about. I really didn't get to go into the press conference. He talked about Onana in the press conference at all. Anybody reporter asked him anything?
Nothing about Onana, but nothing.
So
about
nobody
Onana.
asked him that question about Onana.
That was real disappointing. Nothing about
Onana.
Wow. But I suspect, perhaps, if everything wasn't so centered around, Rashford and Kobe Mino, they might have asked about Onana.
Yeah.
Right?
True.
After getting knocked out of the Champions League, we still have same issues. Didn't we have time to train all January? This was saying, I mean, now me and Noah, but the fact that Ten Hag pointed this out and identified this that we've been saying for so long, it gave me a little bit of confidence. It's just a matter now how Ten Hag translated this into the players in game situations. I don't know.
It's still a little confusing.
Right.
He's saying it too, because with the changes that he making and with the players that we have in the team, we don't really have much players who capable at that possession football based on the style that we played. So he's saying we need to keep the ball, but then, like I say, bring on Anthony, and Anthony don't keep the ball. So he kind of contradicting what he was asking for, because then don't bring on Anthony, bring on Ahmad. You bring on Forson, who is our runner. We bring on Forson to not to run.
Ericsson was on the bench today at all?
Yeah.
Ericsson was on the bench. So if you're looking to retain the ball, this is what I'm saying. So his decision making too had to come into question there, and you contradicting your own statement with the decisions that you make with your substitutions.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. Kurt saying here, how bringing back Onana in the side to play this game, building Altai confidence. Right?
Nah, but if Altai confidence is high, he had to be getting himself ready. I'm telling you.
Yes.
Yes, because when
Yeah.
he get his chance, he had to be able to take it.
You have to
Because
take
But you
it.
see,
they had,
the thing about it is,
so his
Altai
chance
will
had
come
to be
in
coming.
and get one. Altai will come in and get one game, and I he chance. While this next clown here,
Nah, Rim. Not tell you, you get run. You get run, Rim. You get
Altai
run
ain't
again.
getting. If Altai come in and have one poor game, Onana gonna be back in the sticks.
Well,
Tell
that's
me,
why I said. So that's
tell
why
me,
That's
tell,
Altai.
tell me
unfair.
which game,
That's why
tell me
Altai
which
confident
game
at the
Bayern
behind.
there. Tell me which game Bayern there could get a run in for the rest of this season if Onana fit. Tell me. I can see
The only
Onana play
game,
every single damn game until the end of the season.
the only game he might get is the next FA Cup game because it's a lower team. That's the only game he
Yeah.
might get.
Nah,
But
but
JP,
nah, but
Now, if
JP,
we
I'll
get
put my
Bristol,
JP, I put my cell phone on that boy. Watch Onana start versus Bristol, or
Nah,
we gonna play Bristol or Nottingham first.
first I think.
no, that
It's a
player
replay.
that second leg
Not
of
play.
players.
They play it. Okay.
that's it.
Boy, I gotta put my cell phone on that boy. Watch and see.
Unana gonna
No,
get
if
dropped.
and if Nottingham Forest win that tie, Onana in net for that game. If Bristol City, Altai have a better chance.
Unana gonna get dropped all there.
All right,
we'll see.
all right.
I really hope so. I hope so.
That's my prayers tonight. Unana gonna get dropped.
What kind of prayer you gonna say, boy?
Hey, that's it.
I don't like to
so-
party, but I go some party and get catch now, boy.
Yeah, boy. So do some stupidness now, man. Oh God, go and bet or
boy.
something now.
Nah. What's my that feeling Unana in the team? Gave me nightmares. I tell you, only it's tough.
Right,
No, boy, I'm affecting my night rest, boy.
You don't realize how frustrated United fans are with Andre Onana, and I'll tell you one of the reasons. We were sold this whole dream or scenario that this guy was one of the best goalkeepers in the Champions League. In the final, this guy is passing on the ground to Inter Milan players. This guy is passing the ball in the air as well and finding Inter Milan players as well. And all the songs came out, Baby Man, oh na 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 na, and then Rihanna, oh na na, what's man? Everybody's singing these songs. And I feel like such a fool for singing
I
all
smell
these
that early,
songs.
boy. I smell that early, boy. I smell
I
that
said,
early, and I
well,
say, nah,
and
I ain't going through that.
all it's saying is, well, boy. Look, come this summer, I think we gotta sign a keeper. We have to.
I told them fellas on them, and JP here, and Nico go admit now. I tell them I say earlier, Onana is the Claudio Bravo, right? And we need to get rid of that one season later, right? Very well. So fellas, second to last point, right? Let me start to talk about the man of the match now. And I know they gave Hoyland the man of the match. But that is not my man of the match. Yeah.
Okay.
No, but just special mention. Hoyland was pretty decent in the first half. He was,
yeah.
Hoyland did real good. He linked up, he worked, he took his goal well, he could have scored second one. Right? But Hoyland was decent. I was pleased for him today. Right? But earlier, Kobe, I gotta figure out what the man's middle name is. I don't respect the man, right? Kobe Mano earlier. The timing of the goal, the type of goal, it have any other goals that we scored that remind earlier of, like?
We go down that road, boy?
Yes,
We really go down that road, boy?
Yes.
Nah,
Yes.
I don't know. No, it's not that goal. It's that.
R2. Right? R2.
Hey.
Martin Tyler, Anthony Martial versus Liverpool. Right?
I know that.
And Anthony Martial versus Everton in the FA Cup semis. But let me talk about Kobe earlier. That goal.
All right, yeah.
Special goal,
Back to
special
Kobe.
player.
Back to Kobe.
Is
Special
Boateng
player.
is my name. His name is Boateng.
Kobe Boateng Mano.
Boateng maybe, yeah.
Alright. I'm gonna get I don't put more order for Kobe top here. I was gonna do it next season. I was gonna do it next season and hopefully he get a better number. But I'm taking it
Better
to the
number.
7. I'm taking it to the 7.
Nah, boy, I will get Kobe Manu's number now because I want people to know when I started supporting Kobe Manu.
Correct.
Right, Kobe
Correct.
Manu.
Yeah.
If 5 years
Correct.
to know, if 5 years to know, Kobe Manu got number 8. Everybody bunging for that number 8. Nah, I want number 37. Give me number 37. No.
Correct. Correct.
Yeah.
That is why I'm going for 37. So go through, fellas. Kobe Mano. I'm a hear you.
Well, I will go last because my display name says it all.
Yeah, I don't know what it's not a scenery. The man is quality, you know. As you would say, a different level of gravy, and you know the composure, you know, and the quality of that finish says it all. That rubber stamp it, that post it, that mail it. The man is quality, and again, the end of the day is the onus is on Ten Hag, right, and whoever is his management, you know, to keep him grounded now. To me, you know, you don't want him to get too solid and end up, you know, I mean, in situations like Rashford, you know, and other players who have potential or had potential and squander it now. You know, and for me, he looks very, you know, very calculated, very mature. You know, just to, you know, the people around him had to be that way as well. You know, because with this stardom going to his head, you know, you don't know where it could land him now. You know, so to me, quality all around is just to, you know, keep on working, keep disciplined, and we will continue to see him even much more.
Yeah.
Kobe Manu seems like a family man, and when you're surrounded by family who rely on you per se, they're gonna keep you disciplined. It's giving me kind of Bukayo Saka vibes where Bukayo Saka is very humble. It looks like Kobe Manu maybe heading down that same path of being humble as well. I don't see him heading on the path of like a Phil Foden or a Sancho or a Rashford, right? But yeah, staying humble off the field, but letting your work rate talk on the field is how a footballer should be, right? First name on the team sheet. Well, let me rephrase that. Lissandro Martinez should be the first name on the team sheet, followed by Kobe Manu, right? Kobe Manu is, I'm gonna say it right now, what we kind of expected Paul Pogba to be, right? Kobe Manu is also giving me a little bit of Ander Herrera vibes, which I kind of like. So, most important, protect him, right? He's still young, still a teenager. Um, you know, a teenager at that age, we weren't playing in front of like 75,000 fans. We weren't having microphones in our face. We weren't in newspapers at our age. So hopefully all of this doesn't get to him. I don't think it will. But you know, Manu, just keep doing what you're doing, bruv. You are a breath of fresh air. Let's put it that way. At number 37, who knows? I may order that.
Yeah, go through it, JB.
Yeah. Funny how Phil mentioned Ander Herrera because Herrera actually posted him on his IG stories today after trip with the goal.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, he did. He posted him up.
Oh shit! Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Okay.
but I think Kobe is just the all round midfielder because what I like as much as you see how he is going forward. You see how he could get between a man and the ball and take the ball off of him? I just love to see when he do that. But he just do it with ease. He just end up in front of the man with the ball and go. And it's just like he just have this natural, easy, silky kind of way about him on the field, but it just is remind you as a football fan why you love football. When you see players like that. Like they just make the game look so effortless. He don't look bothered, nothing though. He don't get hassled. He always look like he have a second more than everybody else on the field.
Yeah.
And at that age, to look like that, you're talking a player who on a world class trajectory there. And if we don't manage this player properly, we'll be losing out on something special because I think there's a special talent we're talking about. So I really want the club to harness this spirit, harness this talent, and work with him and keep him grounded and just make sure he keep working to keep getting better. Because if at this age, after 8 games, 8 appearances with this team, this is what we're talking about. You can imagine in 5 years to come, if he keep going up from this, that's scary.
Correct.
That's scary.
You know, I don't think Kobe ever had a bad game for we, you know.
No?
You know, Kobe has always been
True.
solid.
Yeah. He's
always
had
been solid. He never had a
He had some bad moments.
he had some bad
good
moments, but he never had a totally bad game.
Yeah.
yeah. And what I would like to see, and I think so far from what I've seen from Ten Hag, how he's speaking about Kobe, I think if Ten Hag were to stay around, I think he in good hands in terms of managing him. Because I will always, you know, kind of match and liken how we treated Greenwood to how City treat Foden. You know,
Right.
Ollie go on, best finisher at the club, swell up the boy head, game number 11. Mind you, Foden would have achieved so much more than Greenwood. And Foden still went 47.
Yeah.
You understand? So, and these are the kind of things that I want to see us do in terms of, you know, trying to keep Mino grounded now. Don't rush to give him no big mega contract, you know. Keep him on the same number, you know, keep him grounded. He don't have to start every game. When we start to develop the team a little bit more, that's what I mean. You know, even if he play well, you know, and he in the team and the first name on the team sheet, yeah, we don't want to swell nobody's head because all year we see what swelling about head is do to a player. So for me, Kobe talent undeniable is there for everybody to see. He could play the 6, he could play the 8, he could play the 10, and he plays with ease. You understand? And I remember at that time, I was telling Nico, Kobe just keep it so simple. And Nico was saying, but Kobe had more because he had more. And today was the more.
Yeah.
You understand? Yeah. Today was the more that the man could show you, hey, I had that. I could do that. I could not make men, I could chill off a boy, and I could take a proper curl. But he could also play in the D and, you know, dictate the play from, but listen, I just want to manage the youth, man. That's all.
Yeah.
That's all. Right? I'm going to get some comments and I'll to wrap it, guys. Kurt saying here, fellas, if all don't want any pressure, start watching more youth games. The under 18, under 14.
The under 18 win 14 and 14. And for an average of 4 goals a game.
Okay. All right. Well,
Not bad.
Not bad at all. Kurt also saying here, Menu is quality beyond his years. And if we manage it properly, the years go catch up. All right?
Yeah.
Eric, thanks for joining, man. He's saying here, Anthony just as bad on the left as he's on the
I feel worse.
That's like a man that frustrated with Anthony.
Kurt saying here, who remembers when I was talking about Menu years ago? Yeah, I ain't gonna out here, Kurt, because I mean, you've always been promoting the youth. Eric saying here, sky's the limit for Kobe. The boy can play effectively in any midfield position. Yep. Yeah, no doubt. Rishi on the inside, thanks for joining, man. He said McTominay going to do enough to stay on every season and retire in 10 years as a club legend.
I don't know, but I don't mind. I don't mind him doing it for the bench. I think he's still coming on and doing something.
Come off the bench and score. I don't mind.
Yeah, that. Phil Jones do it on treatment table. You know what I mean? So yeah, so if McTominay come on and doing like what you do today, I can live with that.
Yeah. Simeon saying here, Comet, the moment, Comet, the Mano. You feel like he could do so much more, but he picks his moments because he knows what is needed. And I think
boy.
maturity.
That's what we talking about. That's what we talking about.
I just don't want the dependence and heavy reliance to be on this boy. Allow him to play within. I think he and Casemiro have a nice little partnership going. The steal was nice there. The little balance was nice between Casemiro and Meno. Rishi saying here, but Meno, hoping is a legend in the making that I will be lucky enough to see in my lifetime. What are we talking about? Eric, do you want to see my heroes? Let me see how the rest of the season goes. I can answer that later on.
England is such, man. They're throwing everything out there.
Menu ain't breaking it. Menu, I can be honest. If Menu wants to succeed at international football, don't pick England. Not because it's not good enough, but like there are other players in that midfield that are way better than Kobe Menu.
Like who, boy?
Jude Bellingham is one.
No, he could play with
Declan Rice is another one.
Declan Rice is better.
Come on.
In a year or two, nah, he could be. I mean, with Bellingham, with the form Bellingham in, I think they could form a good midfield.
We'll see.
I was thinking a good England midfield could be Rice, Bellingham, and Menu. Menu playing a kind of 8-ish kind of thing. Rice play the 6.
Bellingham could play in the 10.
Yeah.
And you have the two of them behind him.
Yeah. But I mean, with Southgate, but you never
Exactly.
know. He might play Henderson.
I was just waiting for somebody to mention that one name, Southgate.
He could play Henderson, Rice, and Bellingham or something.
When Mourinho take over, he would do it.
Yeah. And had him playing low block. Good thing here, Rishi, do you remember me too? All right, good. All right. Jerome Foster on the inside, thanks for joining, man. He's saying Kobe's greatest asset is his composure. Too many of the veterans in the squad lacking that. Facts.
Yeah, that's definitely an asset. Not everybody, you could be playing football for however long years, and it doesn't have that. That's natural. That's natural talent. That's a gift.
Yeah. He also saying here, also Rasmus was fantastic first half. Yes, agreed.
Yeah,
and I think when we look,
a nice thing, man.
That's something nice they're developing.
I have no problem with Rasmus Højlund getting the man in the match because he did score as well too, right? But Kobe Manu, you got
clutch,
plenty
clutch.
You got plenty man in matches to come, so don't worry.
But that ball hit Højlund to score. Hit that ball.
Yeah, realize it.
He had to be there. He had to be there.
He had to be there.
Yeah. Just on this comment here, right? I think what the reason why he fell off is because we lost control of the game, and that's why we didn't see Rasmus in the second half.
Yeah.
That's true.
Rishi saying here, not on the Southgate, please. Yeah. Dixie saying here, send them memos to what?
Yeah.
I don't know what I mean.
Supposed to be Southgate.
Oh. Oh Lord. Eric saying here also, fellas, we taking Mourinho back on. Nope.
Eric, come on. Let's delete that comment, please. Mourinho.
I can't say why I can't see why we would take Mourinho back.
Well, he said he already know my answer, right? So where's everybody else's answer?
No, hell no.
Very well. There you go, Eric. There you go. All right. Could we get the last comment here, buddy? He's saying, bro, Rasmus is getting those chances when Shaw plays. No, but I also think the little chemistry and relationship between Rashford and Garnacho, Højlund, we've seen it too,
Yeah.
So just to see how it developed over time. You had to give it some time.
Yo, boy, right? when Malacia coming back?
Next season.
I think he knows how to train.
He on grass. He on
Yeah, grass.
number 7 on the grass.
Yeah.
Jerome said, yeah, me something Bruno still
I
off.
mean, men,
Men,
men.
some.
No,
What's the
I don't know.
statement?
I'm getting it,
Then,
Jerome. Come again.
I
Come
guess
again.
some still thinking Bruno up. I don't know.
Was
I can't decide, bro. I can't decide.
Oh,
Me alone think Bruno's still off. Yeah.
Oh.
You
I find
alone?
it about today.
You alone? Come
I
on,
think
bro.
Phil. Jerome, have you met Phil?
Come and have a drink with me, Jerome. Come and have a drink with me, man.
I find it about
Right.
today, Jerome.
So, fellas, I mean, all right. So we kind of at the end of the podcast this evening. Another good day. You know, a good result. You know, to close off
Good result.
the day. You know, some moments of individual brilliance that we will never forget. Let me get some closing thoughts.
What position? What position we in the table?
Yeah, about 6 or 7, maybe might up to 7.
Still so far down. Well, then again, Arsenal, and them are the idiots win as well too. So
And only we have West Ham at Old Trafford on Sunday. So we'll see what
we gotta beat
happens.
West. We gotta beat West Ham. We are 1 point behind West Ham. Anyway, closing thoughts.
Yeah, it's too much excitement, boy. Too much excitement. Oh God. Especially if we behind. Let me say we concede, right? And we come back and we win like today, earlier. There's an amazing win, you know. But to be 2 goals up and as to come and win like how we went today earlier, that's frustrating. As
Correct.
exhilarating as it could feel, that is
Correct.
frustrating, you know. And I really would like it to be the next way around most of the times, please. When we go ahead, when we stay ahead, you know, and that's we won't concede, but we have to be a little more composed, you know, a little more clinical in front of goal, and that is what I want to see, you know, and that's why I hope to start against West Ham.
Yeah. Which one, Phil?
Yeah. I think this Bar Onana, the 10 players that we got on the field, I think should do a better job than the first half season starting 11. I think that now that we have most, if not all, of our players back into the starting 11, I think we should push forward and do better than we did in the first half of the season. And yeah, just to highlight the likes of Manu and Martinez and Hoyland, who have been performing well, whether they're just coming back from injury or finding their footing or just looking natural in the midfield. Keep on doing what you're doing, and maybe you guys can lead us to. I could be a little bit optimistic, but not delusional. Maybe a top 5 finish for Manchester United. Top 5. I think 5th position is possible for this team if we keep our heads high. 4th would be similar to last season where we overachieved. And yeah, West Ham at Old Trafford. Old Trafford this season has not been a fortress for us. Teams have came here and rolled us over. But let me see how this team does in front of the Old Trafford faithful come this. We playing Saturday or Sunday?
Saturday.
Okay, well, whatever. Hope the team can do well.
Saturday, I think. Saturday morning.
Sunday.
Sunday, sure.
Sunday.
All right, I got live score app here. Let me see. It is not on. Actually, wait. It is on Sunday, February 4th.
Okay.
So yeah, let me see how these guys do. Come this Sunday, hopefully another win on the cards, and we keep on pushing forward.
Yeah, JP, what we saying?
Yeah, I just want to see 90 minutes of the first 45 minutes going forward for the rest of the season. How we play for that first 45, just with more clinical finishes. I want to see that kind of gameplay going forward for the rest of this season. Not just 45 minutes ever so often, but 90 minutes for how much ever games we have remaining for the rest of the season. That is the only thing that acceptable for me for this club. Nothing less acceptable.
Yeah.
That is it.
Yeah, and for me, I want to see better game management because we've proven more and more that we could score goals, right?
Yeah.
But if you don't manage the game, then we prove that we could concede goals, right? And as Nico put it, I prefer a game where we down and we come back and we win than when
I
we
want, I want, I
lead.
want, I want to mention one thing that's not Man United related, right? Because remember when actually it is Man United related. Remember when we played Liverpool and Virgil van Dijk was talking about one team came to
To
play
play.
football
Yeah.
and the other team
Yeah.
didn't? Look at all the other teams that played Liverpool that opened up and what the result was. It wasn't nil-nil.
Correct.
Let's put it
Yeah.
that way.
Exactly.
Look
Yeah,
at
he just
Look
wanted
at
to come
Look
there
at
so that we could open
Chelsea.
them up.
Look at Chelsea yesterday. Open up. Open up.
Correct.
Anyway,
We are shipping so.
nah.
You understand? Yeah. So guys, again, that was it today. 3 points in the bag. West Ham on Sunday. Let's hope that we could continue to move up and we could really push on in the second half of the season. So Nico, JP, Phil, thanks for coming on. Those in the comments, we do appreciate it. The likes, the shares, everything. Don't forget to be on YouTube as well. So if you haven't subscribed there, go across and subscribe. And well, if you haven't liked the page on Facebook, well, go ahead and do the necessary. All right. So guys, see you all in the next one. Have a good night.
Hey, good night.